Hello everyone, welcome to From London with Love with me, Lin Clive on ALB UK TV. Today we are joined by a life coach, Naylofar Habbab, all the way from Dubai. Hello,
Hi,
how are you doing today?
good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Look, we're still in winter here. How's the weather in Dubai?
It's getting really hot. It's almost 30 degrees today.
So you're enjoying the summer already?
It came too early. We're not ready for it yet, but we're welcoming anyways.
So, Nailufar, I introduced you as a life coach. For people who are not aware about what that means, would you be able to tell us more about your profession?
Yes. So if we're gonna take it in simple words, what is a life coach? Life coach is someone who coaches you how to perceive and see life in a way that is beneficial for your life and to achieve the goals that you want. And obviously, there are different types of life coaches with different backgrounds. Not all life coaches are the same. It depends on the certificates that they've done.
So, what type of certificate are we talking about here?
So it depends. Do you want a career life coach? Do you want a goal life coach? Do you want someone to reprogram your mind, help you in removing your traumas, overcoming challenges? There's a mindset coach. There's an NLP coach. There's therapy coaching. There's style coaching. There's all type of coaching.
Tell me about your area.
Yeah. So my area, I am an NLP coach, neuro linguistic programming, and a life coach, and a timeline technique practitioner, and a hypnotherapist. In addition, I am a yoga instructor and a coach. So this is my area of expertise.
And how it's different to other therapies, if we will give examples to the audience.
Okay, so as I mentioned, NLP is neuro linguistic programming, which means that you will get the chance to understand your body, to understand your mind and your unconscious mind, and get to know why do you do the things that you do. Where is it coming from? Why are you wired this way? Once you know, and once you sit with your life coach, an NLP practitioner, and discuss what are the values that you care about, what are your life goals, what are the things that you believe that are serving you, and the things that you believe that they're limiting your success or limiting your journey in life because of certain views that you have and the way that you talk to yourself and the wiring that you've done to yourself and the way that you are conditioned to feel and to see and to view the world because you were brought up in a certain way, whether from the family or the school or the background or the country you live with. So what you do when we're talking about NLP, we rewire them to serve all of your needs and wants and goals, whether it's values, whether beliefs, whether you get to know yourself, you get to understand why do you act in a certain way. What is causing you to be anxious? What is causing you to be extra happy? What is the meaning of love for you and happiness and sadness and all these? You get to discover it and understand it more through NLP.
So it's more about understanding your mind, but also if you need a therapy or if there is an area where it requires improvement, you work on it with your clients, right?
Yes.
So we talked before, we had a chat, and I'm interested in positive thoughts and healing. So would you be able to explain more about it, how they work together?
Okay. So just a simple thing to start with. The human mind is only able to create or to recreate what it knows. So if you are unaware of something and you don't know a certain thing or a certain idea or never heard about it, your mind will never be able to see it or imagine it. So for you to be positive, if you're not living in a positive mindset and around people that are positive, you might not be able to attract it or even think that there is such a thing. That's why you hear people be realistic, you cannot achieve this, or be realistic, this does not exist, while other people are able to attract it and live it.
Okay.
Why? It's because of the thoughts.
So for people who never experience positive thoughts, what you advise them? How they can start at least?
Yes, what we do is we get to know what is the root for them not to be able to see it. Is it really true that they don't know it because of the way that they are brought, because maybe they hear their families and their friends always talking in a negative way about life or being negative in general? If that's the case, then we introduce them. We tell them these are new sets of words. These words exist. And these words are made out of energy. And what you give into the world will give you back. So we explain that, we explore that, and they will start to know, to experience how each word, when they say it, and they put an image for it or they put a sound for it, because not everyone, their basic sense to view the world is seeing. Some of them is hearing, some of them is touching. That's why we have 5 senses. Each person is different, so we know what kind of person we're talking to. If it's someone that imagine, that sees, we give them a word and let them see something, create something, and then they will feel that what they see. If it's a person that feels, they will start to remember that feeling or feel that feeling and notice how their body is reacting. So we explore, we let them see how the shift happens.
Okay, now I will take you from this idea to a complete different topic, but I noticed it a lot with, we talked about mental health before a lot, but also there is a topic which we never been like able to expand on, which is self-guilt.
Yes.
So people, when they start thinking positive and be happy, they start feeling guilty. So is that something also you do through therapy or through what you do? So if you can explain it to me, please.
Okay. So when it's all starts with baby steps. If you take the things from an outer layer, you will definitely start feeling guilt or ashamed that you're happy while others not. But if you dig deeper into any kind of new information, you will get to know how to use it. So if you're at the start of your journey of self-love and self-discovery, you will have some thoughts and some barriers that will limit you. But what will happen here is we need to understand, why are you limiting yourself from happiness? Why are you tricking yourself into guilt because you're happy? You have to understand that you are only responsible for the way that you feel and the way you think. And that's why the thought comes again that you are not responsible of someone's feelings and thinking. So
but is it not, some people link self-love to being selfish in a way?
Yes, a lot of people, they don't understand the concept of self-love.
Explain to me, what do you mean by self-love?
Okay. So self-love is when you get to understand yourself. Okay, you treat yourself as if you are your own best friend. So let's say you have a best friend. You're going to spend time to know her, right? Spend time to get to know what she likes, what are her boundaries, what she accepts, what she doesn't.
Yeah, you will give effort in a way.
Sorry?
You will do the effort.
Exactly. So imagine that this best friend is you.
Yeah.
So you will treat her with love, respect, and kindness and compassion. And even if your friend does something that she could have done in a better way, you will tell her, you did great right now, and let's learn from it. but we don't know how. We've never have been told, or at home had been taught to speak to ourselves this way.
Yeah, that's true. And also it takes us to what's happening now. It's a global pandemic and everyone is suffering from loneliness and they're not feeling comfortable being alone and by themselves and not comfortable with their own thoughts.
Yes.
So loneliness is the same, like you apply in the same concept, like you're not comfortable with yourself, that's why you feel lonely because you don't know yourself. Is that what you does it cover it right?
Yes, it loneliness is when you don't know yourself, and you always have the urge to be around other people because you're not comfortable with the thoughts and the feelings that you are experiencing, because you don't have anyone to distract you from yourself.
Okay.
But when you have established that relationship, that friendship, that love relationship that you have with yourself, and it's really important to understand that us as human beings, we're not only one. We have our mind, we have our unconscious mind, we have our intuition, we have our ego, we have our heart, and we have our gut. Because sometimes you get a bad feeling from your gut feeling. It's a vibration, it's energy, and sometimes you have a thought and it triggers something, or it attracts something to you because of that thought, and it's really tricky for you to have all these. I like to always say that we're not one person in one body. We're a lot in one body. So we have to respect all of us, all of me. I need to respect all of me. I need to respect the intuition, and I need to expect to respect the ego, and to respect my mind and my unconscious mind and my heart, because they all live in this environment.
Yeah.
I really need to know when to listen to this or when to listen to that, because a lot of people, they say ego is bad. Yes, ego is bad when you don't manage it, when you don't understand it. But ego is good because it pushes you to be better. Ego wants you to learn. But the same way, ego always tells you to be extra careful, and sometimes tells you to stay in your spot because you don't want to be embarrassed. But
Like
if
comfort zone, like stay in your bubble or in your comfort zone.
yeah, that's when your heart comes in and tells your ego, it's fine, we're gonna do great, I love you, even if we did something not great, we're learning. And then comes your mind, says, yes, we agree, we have to move forward. And then your intuition comes in and tell it, yes, let's be wise about it, and listen to the mind and the heart, and maybe take into consideration what is the concern of the ego. But I have a good feeling about this, and let's be all of us compassionate and take ourselves to that next step. So self-love is all about understanding who we are. The thing is, the trick is, we don't know who we are. We don't know that we have three minds in the heart. We don't know the difference between the unconscious mind and the mind. We don't even admit to ourselves that we need help, or we need love, or we need compassion today, or we need to be left alone because I need to be peaceful today.
So also from a discussion we had before, loneliness is not about being by yourself. You can be lonely even if you are surrounded by many people.
Yes.
And it comes down for the same, all comes down for the same reasons.
Yes, because if you don't know yourself properly, you're going to be surrounded with people that are not like-minded, people that might not agree with you on the same things, and you're going to feel lonely because you're going to keep feeling that there's a resistance in where you at. There's no flow, and that there is you're not comfortable with yourself.
I just have a question. Because I put myself in the audience mind, and I just feel like if I've been listening, that's all encouraging, and yeah, it's but I want to start to know myself to get rid of loneliness, but also how do I start? I think it's always there is a problem in starting, or is there like a technique? Is there steps? Can I apply it in day-to-day life, or
Yes.
is it just like talk to my so? I want to expand a little bit more to give people kind of steps so they can go and apply it in
Yes,
real life.
of course. So we have always different options. We have different possibilities. One possibility is that, and in all of them, this is the first step. You should always have the intention and the action. If you have an intention without action, it serves you nothing. And if you have an action without the intention, it serves you nothing. So first, for all the steps and all the choices and all the options, is to have the intention and the action. Like, I want to change, I want to become better for myself, I want this for myself because this will bring something better in me and it will reflect on everyone around me. So we know that when we feel better, we're gonna see life better. We're gonna influence our families, our friends, everyone that is working with us or getting in touch with us. This is the first thing. Then here it splits after this first step. Either you can start by digging more into self journey and development books,
Yeah.
or you seek help by going to a specialist, either a life coach, an NLP coach, a theta healer, maybe a therapist, of maybe a psychologist. I would always keep the psychiatrist for something that is medical for cases such as things that have to do with some hormonal deficiency. But if you are fine and you're healthy and you just need that push, or you want to find your purpose, or you want to feel whole again, or you want to discover yourself, always choose a specialist uh, that is close to your personality. You know,
Yeah.
because some people, they like old-fashioned healers. Some people know they like to have a little bit of science and a bit of mystical. Some people know they only want to talk. This is the therapy that they need. They only want to talk. They don't want to heal. Maybe their healing is through talking. So you have to know what kind of person are you. And
Yeah.
it's okay for you to try different. Like try an NLP practitioner, maybe try a therapist, maybe try traditional healing, maybe try theta healer or Reiki healing. Like, there are many different types of first steps for a journey to get to know yourself.
Mm.
And you can also you can also start by another option, which surround yourself by the people that you want to become like, or that they
Inspire you.
make you, they
Inspire.
inspire.
Mm.
Yes, they inspire you and inspire you. Be around them, watch them, learn from them, see how they speak to themselves, how do they speak to others, how do they carry on their daily life, what do they do, learn from them and apply. If you read books, it's not gonna do you any good if you don't apply. If you go to a therapist and he or she give you some tasks to do, or to sit with yourself, or to tell you meditate, or write a list of the things that you believe are stopping you, go and do your homework.
Mm.
And whatever teaching you learn from them, apply them. Also, when you are with people, you're surrounding yourself with the right people, the kind of people you want to be like, apply, learn and apply. These are the steps. And for all of them, you need to remember that healing takes time. It's not a click of a button.
It's not a click of a button, and the thing is requires some courage sometimes because we are very comfortable in our, I don't know what to call it, like our routine, our zone, and when we try to go out of it, it can be scary. So
I always say, what is fear? Is
Well,
it something
everybody
tangible?
find it in different way, depend on how they feel, I think. But fear is the unknown, I would say, like things you don't know.
But how would you be scared from something that you don't know?
Yeah, yeah, the idea about it is the unknown.
It's a delusion that the unconscious mind creates for you to stay in what you are because it wants to protect you, because
Yeah,
the unconscious
say,
mind protects you. So how would you know if it's going to be amazing or if it's not going to be for you? If it's not going to be for you, well, you experience something new and you ticked something off your box.
mm.
If it works for you, then wow, guess what it will bring? It will bring even more nice stuff, better stuff.
So you do also yoga. You
Yes.
are a yoga instructor. Do you do it also as part like of therapy, or do you do it for fitness? So tell me more about it.
Okay. So when I started my journey with becoming an NLP coach and a life coach and a therapist, I was always looking for something that can be holistic, for a treatment that could be holistic, because a good mind will trigger you always to have all the good things in your life. Like you will start wanting to look healthy, feel healthy, be always like you're because your mind is so positive. You're gonna love yourself. You're gonna be wanting to eat healthy. So what I did is I did some body anatomy courses just to understand the body, to understand the muscles, to understand the postures, to understand even how we sit has a say in in how we feel and the way that we are thinking and the state we're in. And then I thought about when I started yoga, um, it helped me to bring them all together because yoga is mental, spiritual, and physical. And sometimes it's according to my clients' needs. If they want a holistic journey, I incorporate the coaching with the yoga. And sometimes I have clients that only want yoga. And it depends. I always ask them, what is your goal from yoga? Is it mind? Is it body and mind? Is it spiritual? Is it for controlling a specific thing? Do you want more breathing techniques or you want more asanas? Do you want the philosophy behind it? Do you want to practice gratitude? Do you want to practice positive thinking through yoga? It all depends.
So Nailufar, if anyone wants to get in touch with you after this episode, how can they find you? And do you do online like
Yeah.
coaching? Because
Yes.
yeah, people overseas. So
Yes, I have my website. They can check it out. I have my Instagram. Sorry,
so it's just under your name, like Nailufar Habbab.
www.naylofarhabbab.com,
Mm.
or they can visit my Instagram page, or yeah, that's it. And I'll get back to them. And yes, I do a Zoom coaching. I do in any way that they see fit if it's online. So learning is always um, available whenever you seek it, and it's always possible. You just need to take the first step.
So in terms of life coaching sessions, is it like few sessions? Is it like months worth of sessions? How do you go about it in terms of length of time?
Okay, so for me, I have packages of hours, of specific hours, because for me, I like to teach them about themselves. I like to introduce them to the tools that God gave us, that we have. It's already built in, but we don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So I split the hours between 3 to 4 hours of questioning and digging and discovery.
Getting
Then
to know them.
4 to 5 hours of learning, and then it depends. Some clients they have they only need 2 or 3 hours of healing. Some of them only 1 hour of healing. Some of them, no, they need maybe 4 to 5 hours of healing. It all depends on the techniques that we do later on. And after these hours can be done through 2 days duration, or it can be split into a month or 2 weeks. And some of them, because they like to feel that they are good, and they want to always have a reference, they tell me that can we schedule once a month, after we are done, once a month, just for us to make sure that we are on the right track, or just for us to have this talk and see if everything is how it's supposed to be for us, if we need to be refreshed, just because you get to build that trust between you and the client, so the client have a little bit of not attachment but trust.
Yeah, which is really important.
Yeah, that's the difference between like, for me, I like for them to trust me. I don't want them to be attached to me, because if they're attached to me, then I didn't do my job properly. I want them to know and learn what they are capable of, and let them go experience. And whenever they feel the need that they need to come back and tell me, or dig deeper into some situations or some feelings that they are experiencing, I am here. Because obviously for me, I do it with my friends as well, my friends that are NLP coaches and that are life coaches. We sit together, sometimes we call each other, let's have coffee. And when we are sitting together, we discuss things, and then we dig deeper.
So everyone needs it.
Everyone needs it. Sometimes I heal myself alone with the techniques that I know. Sometimes I need another eye to tell me, yes, Nalu, you said this. Maybe this word, this is triggering that thought, and that thought is triggering, it is attracting this reality. The reality that you don't want. You know, so it's really nice.
Seeing life from like different eye or different perspectives sometimes really helps. Of course, you need to know the right people to ask for help for.
You don't go to someone who has no clue about life, and you tell them and you expect them to give you, or to even understand what you're going through. You have to go to someone either on the same level or higher, because you want to only go higher in life and higher in growth. You don't want your growth to go downhill. And even though sometimes through your growth journey and through your healing journey, you will have some up days and some down days, but you know that you're on the right track. We always say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's still forward.
That's true. Naylofar, thank you so much for being with me today. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Lin, for your time. I really enjoyed this talk with you, and I'm looking forward.
I'm looking forward for more with you, hopefully in the future with different topics.
Yes, for sure.
So and for you, my viewers, I will see you next week in a new episode with me, Lin, live on ALB UK TV. Stay safe.